What about, can I ask you a particular thing? You talked about wars. At the New York Economic Club, you said that if you lost the dollar as a reserve currency, it would be like America losing a war.
Yeah.
You look at what you're going to do in terms of protectionism, countries to use the other currencies, and all that debt is also going to lessen the dollar's status as the world's reserve currency.
If I'm elected, the dollar is so secure, your reserve currency is the strongest. And no country.
You said that, President Trump, at the moment, there is a thing called the Trump trade in the markets. Do you know what that is? The Trump trade is very simple. People are betting that your policies are going to drive up inflation. So they're going to drive up interest rates. Are the investors wrong?
Yeah, I had 4 years, no inflation. I had 4 years, no inflation.
But that was when you had
4 years. It's better than that. And Biden, who has no idea where the hell he is, okay? Biden went 2 years with no inflation because he inherited from me. And then they started like drunken sailors. They spent so much money. It was so ridiculous, the money they were spending. They were spending on the Green New Scam. The Green New Deal. You know, it was AOC +3. She never even studied the environment in college. She went to a nice college. She came out, she just said, the Green New Scam. She just named all these things.
President Trump,
but wait a minute.
The markets are looking at the fact you are making all these promises. Latest one was car loans. You're flooding the thing with giveaways.
But we're going to grow.
I was actually quite kind to you. I used $1 trillion. The upper estimate is 15 trillion. People like the Wall Street Journal, who's hardly a communist organization.
Yeah, but you don't know.
They have criticized you on this as well. You are running up enormous debt.
What is the Wall Street Journal tomorrow? What is the Wall Street Journal know? They've been wrong about everything. So have you, by the way. You've been wrong about everything.
You're trying to turn this.
You've been wrong about it.
You're trying to turn this into debate.
But you're wrong. You've been wrong. You've been wrong all your life on this stuff. You've been. No. Let me tell you about currency. You're going jumping a lot of different subjects. The reserve currency. Stick to reserve currency. That's where you started, right? The reserve currency is under threat because you have Iran, you have Russia, you have China. China's the one that you have to worry about because they want it on be the thing of power. So here's what I'm doing. Again, I hate to go back to it. If somebody says, and I know countries want to get out because they don't respect her, they say, you got to be kidding. And she's worse than him. By the way, I never thought I'd say this. She is not as smart as Biden, if you can believe it. This is not what, we had 4 years of this lunacy. We can't have it anymore. We're not going to have a country left. Okay, currency, very important.
Yes.
And if you want to go to third world status, lose your reserve currency. We have to not lose it. If you'll go to third world status in this country because you take a look at the way things are running. If a country tells me, sir, we like you very much, but we're going to no longer reserve currency. We're not going to salute the dollar anymore. I'll say that's okay. And you're going to pay a 100% tariff on everything you see in the United States. And we love your product. I hope you sell a lot of it into the United States, but you're going to pay 100% tariff. He will then follow it up by saying, sir, it would be an honor to stay with the reserve. That will be like just playing. That's not even chess, that's checkers. But you don't have listen to this. You don't have other people that can talk that way. You know, a lot of people say, but we would like to have another messenger because we don't like him. He's a little bit crass. And then actually it was Lindsey Graham, I must say. He was a progressive in all fairness. But Lindsey Graham said, does it work with that, Trump? And there's a lot of truth to that. Macron was going to, nice guy, Emmanuel. He's a wise guy, but he's for France and we're for the USA. Sorry. He was going to tax American companies doing business in France, a very substantial tax. And I told my people, I didn't even like the companies, but I'm American companies. And this guy, so I said, call Macron and call his people and say, we're not going to stand for that. And I got Mnuchin and, a lot of guys, smart. Yeah. I'll go longer if you want, if it helps, because you got to be able to finish. You move too quick. No, you got to be able to finish a thought because it's very important. This is big stuff we're talking about. You can't go that. So let me just tell you. So I said, no, I'm just telling you basic. It's called the weave. It's all these different things happen. Yeah. So let me just say. So I said to Mnuchin, say, No way. He did, and he came back to see me. He said, they won't do it, sir. It's too late. I said to somebody else, you call him. Then I said, let me do it. And I called him. And I said, Emmanuel, you're taxing American companies very substantially. You're not doing it with other companies. You must think we're stupid. It's not going to happen. But Donald, I cannot do anything. It's too late. Approved by a legislature. I said, that's okay. Here's the story. Every bottle of wine and champagne that you send into the United States, effective immediately, and I'm signing it as I'm charging you 100% on every bottle of wine and champagne. You know, they like the wine and champagne, right? Every bottle of wine and champagne that comes into the United States has a tax on, starting on Monday morning, this was a Friday, of 100%. And that's better than you're doing, okay? And he said, no, you cannot do that. I said, I've done it. It's already signed. Monday morning goes, may I call you back? Yes, he calls me back in about 3 minutes. We have decided to remove the tax from the companies. This all day long, but you think Biden does that? I don't think so.
Let me